It was a routine flight in 1954, New York to Miami, the kind of journey thousands made every year, with the promise of sun and palm trees at the other end. The airport bustled with travelers, the air thick with anticipation and the hum of propellers. Robert P. Wilson boarded with a briefcase and a ticket, seen by witnesses as he took his seat by the window. He was described as an ordinary man, quiet, polite, blending in with the crowd, just another face among many. The plane soared into the sky, passengers settling in for the journey. Some chatted, others read magazines, while a few gazed out at the endless blue. The flight attendants moved down the aisle, offering drinks and reassuring smiles. But somewhere above the clouds, Robert P. Wilson vanished. It happened without warning in the middle of an ordinary afternoon as the plane cruised smoothly toward Miami. One moment he was there, the next, gone. No commotion, no trace, just an empty seat. His briefcase sat untouched, his newspaper folded neatly on the tray. The flight landed in Miami. Passengers disembarked, but Wilson was missing. His name was called over the intercom, but there was no response. The crew checked the cabin. His seat was empty, his suitcase unclaimed on the carousel. The airline staff exchanged worried glances, unable to explain his disappearance. Panic set in. How could a man disappear mid-flight? Whispers spread among the passengers, fear and confusion growing with every unanswered question. Passengers and crew were questioned. Some remembered a quiet man reading a newspaper, others, nothing at all. No one saw him leave his seat and no one heard a sound. The plane was searched top to bottom. No sign of Wilson, no evidence, no struggle. Every compartment, every corner was checked, but it was as if he had simply ceased to exist. The doors had been sealed, the windows too small to escape, no secret hatches, no way out. The mystery deepened, with every logical explanation ruled out. Yet the fact remained, Robert P. Wilson boarded in New York, but never arrived in Miami. His ticket was stamped, his name on the manifest, but he was gone. The empty seat became a symbol, a mystery that defied logic and haunted everyone who heard the story. To this day, no one knows what happened to Robert P. Wilson, or how a man could vanish into thin air, leaving behind only questions and an empty seat. Who was Robert P. Wilson? His name appeared on a passenger list, but beyond that, he was a mystery. Even his photograph seemed to offer more questions than answers. Investigators tried to piece together his life, combing through every scrap of information they could find, determined to uncover the truth behind the man. He seemed ordinary, steady job, small apartment, a few friends who described him as reliable. He paid his rent on time, kept to himself, and never caused trouble. No enemies, no debts, no secret life. His record was spotless, his finances in order, and his reputation unblemished. But as detectives dug deeper, his existence began to unravel. The more they searched, the less they found. The hotel he was supposed to stay at had no record of him. No one at the front desk remembered seeing him arrive or leave. His employment records were incomplete, his past hazy. There were gaps in his work history that no one could explain. Friends and family remembered him, but their memories were vague, like faded photographs. Details slipped away, replaced by uncertainty. No yearbook photos, no military records, no easily verified birth certificate. It was as if his past had been erased, leaving only fragments. The only proof he existed, a ticket, a suitcase, and a name on a passenger list. These were the only tangible traces of Robert P. Wilson. Everything else dissolved into uncertainty. The facts slipped through their fingers, leaving only questions behind. The more they searched, the more Robert P. Wilson seemed like a phantom, real only in the moment he vanished, leaving behind a trail of unanswered mysteries. With no answers, theories flourished. Some believed Wilson never existed, a clerical error, a ticket sold but never used. But eyewitnesses insisted they saw him board. Others whispered of Cold War intrigue. Was he a spy, erased by powerful forces? Or was it something stranger? A time slip, a wrinkle in reality that plucked him from the plane. Each theory reflected the era's anxieties. Government secrets, science fiction, the unknown. The lack of evidence became its own evidence, fueling speculation. The story of Robert P. Wilson became a canvas for fear and imagination, but none of the theories could be proven. The empty seat remained, a riddle with no solution. For Wilson's family, the loss was a wound that never healed. No closure, no body, just a void. The authorities closed the case, but the mystery lingered. A perfect crime with no criminal, a puzzle with no answer. The airline's reputation was shadowed by the event, the flight number quietly retired. Among pilots and crew, the story became dark folklore, a cautionary tale whispered in break rooms. Over time, the legend grew, retold in books and documentaries. The mystery endured because it was unsolvable, a reminder that the world still holds secrets even in the age of reason. Today we're left with the image of an empty seat, a symbol of the ultimate unanswered question. It's a haunting reminder, echoing through time, of a mystery that refuses to be solved. In a world obsessed with certainty, Wilson's disappearance unsettles us. We search for explanations, but sometimes the truth slips through our fingers, leaving only speculation and doubt. It reminds us that some mysteries remain, even in the skies. The vastness above holds secrets that no radar or logbook can capture. Imagine sitting next to a man who vanishes without a trace. Would you believe your own eyes? Would you ever feel safe flying again, knowing the impossible can happen? The passengers and crew lived that nightmare, their confusion now part of the legend. Their whispered stories became the seeds of rumor and myth. Wilson's legacy is a question mark, his life defined by how it ended, his belongings left behind as if he simply stepped out of existence. We may never know the truth. Escape, conspiracy, or something stranger. Each theory only deepens the enigma, fueling imaginations for generations. The silence is the only answer we have. It lingers, heavy and unresolved, in every empty corridor and vacant seat. The story endures because it challenges us to wonder. It invites us to question what we know, and what we think is possible. Next time you fly, look at the clouds, and remember the man who disappeared into them. His story floats there, just out of reach in the endless blue. Maybe, just maybe, he's still out there, lost to history, but never truly gone.